Part 2. National Games Online Game, transform into Gongsunli at the beginning. Author, show your secrets. Chapter 11. Especially the audience of Xiaoguo, because of Siun's performance yesterday, they were still more confident. But seeing the fate of Ah Sangguo, his mood instantly became nervous again. Gongsun is away from her. If the boxes are so dangerous, I hope we don't encounter them again. Why can't you get in touch with the pioneers of your own country, if only this function would be available? Seeing Siun walking in the forest with a relaxed face, the mood of the audience in Xiaoguo became more and more heavy. The vanguard of the three kingdoms is dead, and the other pioneers are now cautious, only Siun, like a nobody. Just when everyone was at a loss, Xiaoguo's official live broadcast room ushered in another old man. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to a new friend. The figure of the host Sanin appeared in the live broadcast room, and next to him, there was an old man in a white practice uniform. This is our old Mr. Wang Long of the ancient martial realm. Wang Long is the ancient martial arts descendant that Hu Bing asked him to find yesterday, and it was not until today that Wang Long rushed over. The word Gewu is still relatively unfamiliar in the Xia Kingdom, although the people in the Xia Kingdom know about the ancient martial arts, but the descendants of the ancient martial arts are still the first time they have seen it. Does our country really have ancient martial arts? Doesn't that mean that Gongsunli really learned ancient martial arts? That means that the current situation is not as bad as we imagined. The audience of Xiaoguo speculated that the ancient martial arts of Xiaoguo were very powerful in legends, and they would kill people if they shot. If Gongsunli is really a descendant of ancient martial arts, then he may really be able to compete with the vanguard of the beautiful country. It's just that this beautiful idea was quickly shattered. Mr. Wang Long, you also watched Gongsunli's performance last night, why don't you explain it to us? Sanin gave up the center of the live broadcast room to Wang Long. Wang Long stepped forward, cleared his throat and said, "There are only 3 families inherited from Gewu, but the surname Gongsun is not included. We have also analyzed a series of actions of Gongsunli yesterday, and the final result is that she does not know how to martial arts. Probably, just a martial arts enthusiast." Wang Long's tone was a little low. After all, this was a major matter related to the whole country, and he also hoped that Gongsun would leave Gewu, but he couldn't lie. As soon as he said this, there was an uproar in the live broadcast room. Gongsun could not leave Gewu, that is, all their previous guesses were wrong. Seemingly, let's continue to pray for good luck. It's okay, even if the young lady doesn't know Gewu, her skills are also very flexible. Don't be afraid, just like Mr. Sanin said yesterday, maybe there are ancestors to bless you. Xiaoguo's audience didn't have much hope for Gongsunli at this time, but what he said was still very optimistic. Anyway, Gongsun is away from a little girl's family, and now he has obviously gotten more things in second home than in all other countries. Some frustrating words are not easy to say, so I have to comfort myself. But what I didn't expect was that another piece of bad news came. The pioneer of the beautiful country discovered a freshwater river in second home, and it is manifested 100-fold. A mysterious voice rang out, and people all over the world widened their eyes again. Beautiful. This is the first time this has been manifested, right? Let's see if it's real or not. Damn, fresh water. One of the world's most scarce resources. How did you let the beautiful country take the lead? This tale can't be cocked to the sky. I can now imagine their hateful faces. In Xiaoguo's live broadcast room, Hu Bing and Han Li glanced at each other and adjusted the picture to the live broadcast room of the beautiful country. Haha. As soon as I entered the live broadcast room, I heard a loud panting sound, and I watched it carefully for a long time. Only then did he find a figure dressed in a beautiful soldier costume lying on a lawn, and next to him, there was a small river that flowed slowly, or it would be more accurate to say that the stream was too small, perhaps only more than 2 meters wide. However, the 2-meter wide river emerged, and it was a 200-meter wide river. Well, it's painful for Lao Tzu to die. The GI screamed in pain and sat up from the grass, still stained with blood. And there are wounds on his arms. Damn, a forest lizard almost killed me. The GI stood up, still holding a rifle in his hand, and as he moved, the corpse of a fierce beast leaked out on the other side of the grass. It is a green lizard, which should be more than a meter long in size, and it is a first-order fierce beast. It was obvious that the GI had killed the lizard with the rifle in his hand, and after the death of the vanguard of the Three Kingdoms, the GI had been cautious. It's just that he didn't expect to meet a river himself, and he happened to run into a lizard that came to drink water. Fortunately, a life was saved. When the audience of Xiaguo saw this, it was immediately clear what was happening. Damn, if it weren't for the guns, the beautiful country would have been destroyed this time. It's really unfair, he's a professional soldier, and looking at it this way, we really suffer a lot. What is this second home, indiscriminately selecting pioneers? It is really drunk. The audience in Xiaguo complained for a while. But at this moment, the beautiful country is cheering up and down. They saw the whole process of the GI versus the lizard just now, and now, the 100-fold embodiment of water resources has really arrived. In a major river basin in the country, the water level is really visible to the human eye, and although the river has not been widened by 200 meters, the water resources have increased significantly. The watershed, which was about to dry up, is now babbling water. It's a magical scene. Ha ha ha. I am a beautiful country, and we must be the largest country in the world. Let the group of hillbillies in Xia Kingdom see the strength of our beautiful country. Humph, what if they have a land requisition order? As long as the little girl meets a fierce beast, she will die. It's a pity that we can't contact our pioneers, otherwise, the land requisition order must be snatched. We are always the strongest. People in the beautiful country have fallen into madness at the moment. When the GI and the lizard encountered just now, they thought they were going to die. But I didn't expect it to turn things around in the end. Soon, under the promotion of the official of the beautiful country, the video of the rising river appeared in all corners of the world. After this incident between the three countries of Afghanistan and the beautiful country, everyone in the world has a deeper understanding of second home. Luck and strength are indispensable. Hu Bing sat in his seat and clenched his fists, and the beautiful country was now in front of Xiaguo. This is the most unbearable thing in Xiaguo. However, Gongsun is away. As long as you live. Hu Bing stared at Sun on the screen, and he still didn't dare to have too much expectation in his heart, not only him. All the people of Xiaguo think like this at the moment, don't ask you to do something, just live. However, thinking of Gongsunli's arrogant personality, everyone raised their hearts to their throats again. National Games Online Game, transform into Gongsunli at the beginning. Author, show your secrets. Chapter 12. Suck it, quack quack. Here, Gongsunli is still chewing the lollipop in his mouth, with a leisurely face. It seems that the demise of the Three Kingdoms and the lead of the beautiful country are not at all the same thing for her. Seeing her like this, the audience of Xia Kingdom, who originally wanted to spray, suddenly caught a glimpse of the land requisition order hanging on her waist. Immediately, I held back the uncivilized words I wanted to say in my stomach. Anyway, so far, this is the first land requisition order that has appeared, and other countries have not even seen it. Huh. Sun, who was walking, paused and stopped. The ears on the top of his head flapped twice. There is the sound of water. Sun's eyes widened and he exclaimed, then walked forward quickly. The audience in the live broadcast room was also excited. The meaning of this water is different. We Are we going to find a water source too? Be careful. There might be a big beast next to the water source. Hide, remember, run. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Pray. As Sun got closer and closer, the sound of the water flow became clearer and clearer, although the water flow could not be seen yet, but the sound could be heard in the live broadcast room. I guess it's still a big body of water. And it's flowing water. Not a lake. In the live broadcast room, Han Li stood up. Based on his experience, Sun probably encountered the main river in this forest. In other words, the flow of this river is very large, and the most important thing is that if you follow this river, you will definitely be able to get out of the forest. However, Han Li's brows were furrowed. Danger. This river basin is usually a gathering place for forest overlords. Han Li's words immediately made the people of the Xia kingdom worried. Something is wrong. At this moment, Sun also found a clue. He sensed two massive auras in front of him, the first time he had ever encountered such a powerful creature. Roar. Just as he was thinking about it, a beast roar came, and it sounded absolutely angry. Interesting. The corners of Sun's mouth were slightly hooked, and the expression on his little face was unusually charming, and then he continued to walk forward. This scared the people in the live broadcast room. Hey, Gongsunli. Stop, run. What does she want to do? That voice just now is definitely a large creature, even if she knows martial arts, she will definitely not be able to beat it. It's over. Run, why are you still moving forward? Ha 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 ha. This is the chosen son of your Xia kingdom. This time, your Xia kingdom is destroyed, and our Sakura kingdom will be ready to accept it. Ha 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 ha. This pioneer of the Xia kingdom is so beautiful, it's a pity that he is a fool. Listening to the voice just now, even if our vanguard has guns, they don't dare to go, you go up with your bare hands, it's really amazing. In the live broadcast room, there was cynicism from foreign audiences everywhere, but unfortunately the audience in Xiaguo didn't have the heart to scold back at this moment. At this juncture, all the Xia people were staring at the screen tightly. Are we going to follow in the footsteps of the three kingdoms? Hu Bing's eyes were red at this time, and he didn't know why Gongsun didn't run away. Just that roar just now, it was obvious that a fierce beast was angry. Even if he was at the scene, I am afraid that he would not dare to go. At this moment, everyone was expecting Sun to stop. It's a pity that Sun still held a small flower umbrella in one hand and a lollipop in the other, so he greeted him. When Sun turned a corner and saw the scene in front of him, not only the audience in the live broadcast room was boiling unifiedly, but even Sun himself almost couldn't hold back a mouthful of national quintessence. Everyone touched the goosebumps on their bodies in unison. The scene in front of them was definitely more terrifying and shocking than all the big scenes they had ever seen. I saw that a river dozens of meters wide was flowing slowly, but on the edge of the river, a fierce battle was taking place. A giant python with thick thighs was wrapped around a huge white tiger 3 meters high, and because the python was coiled, it was impossible to see how long it was. But the size of the white tiger is extremely huge, but it is still entangled by the giant python and cannot move. Through the introduction of second home, Sun knew that the two giant beasts in front of him were third-order fierce beasts. Obviously, the roar that Sun heard just now was made by the white tiger. It's just that the white tiger at this moment has no chance to bark. Bang! Under the entanglement of the giant python, the white tiger couldn't bear it and fell directly to the ground, and the messy grass that had been destroyed by the fight was even more messy at the moment. The white tiger opened its huge mouth, biting the 7-inch position of the giant python, and the mouth made whimpering sounds from time to time. Obviously both of them are uncomfortable now. However, at this moment, the two fierce beasts did not have the heart to care about Sun, who was standing not far from them. After all, With Siun's size, in their consciousness, it was just a casual thing. Now, when they are dying and dying, they can't afford to be distracted. And in this river, there are no other living creatures except these two fierce beasts. It is estimated that because of the fight between the two fierce beasts, the other fierce beasts have already fled. Slowly, the strength of the white tiger's struggle became smaller and smaller, and it was obviously about to suffocate, and a lot of blood flowed out of the giant python 7 inches, and its head was about to be bitten off. Everyone in the live broadcast room watched the scene with wide eyes. This Gongsunli shouldn't be in danger, right? I don't know, it seems that Gongsunli is already scared stupid. The audience in the live broadcast room saw that Siun had been standing in place without moving, and thought that he was frightened. As time passed, the physical strength of the two fierce beasts decreased significantly. Finally, the white tiger slowly closed his eyes, and the giant python was also weak, and fell directly to the ground without life. Dead. Dead. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. National Games online game, transform into Gongsunli at the beginning. Author, show your secrets. Chapter 13. Looking at the two fierce beasts that fell to the ground, the people in the live broadcast room were stunned. The two third-order fierce beasts died like this, which made people unbelievable. You must know that even the first-order forest lizard from before made the beautiful national soldier with a gun drink a good pot. But now, the two third-order fierce beasts died in front of their eyes so upright. I'm the emperor. Siun himself couldn't believe it. He was ready for a big battle, but he didn't expect that it would end before he could make a move. Russell. However, Siun did not forget the rules of second home, and he did not go to see the corpses of the two fierce beasts for the first time. Instead, he walked directly to the river. Otherwise, after a long time, I am afraid that other fierce beasts will be attracted by the smell of blood. Am I now discovering water? Siun stood by the river, raised his head and looked at the sky. The skin on his face looked white and red in the sunlight. Hearing Siun's words, the audience in the live broadcast room also came back to their senses. No. How can it be so simple? Foreign audiences feel a bit child's play. In fact, let alone foreigners, even Xiaoguo himself has an unreal feeling. 2 days later, a water resource was discovered in the beautiful country, and the pioneer almost died. Congratulations to the pioneers of the Great Xia Kingdom. The discovery of a water resource will be 100 times greater in the real world. While everyone was speculating, the mysterious voice sounded, and the world was shocked in an instant. OMG! Has been overtaken by Xiaoguo again. It's not fair. Two fierce beasts are killing each other, and they are taking advantage of it. No. We're not convinced. What is this? Countless foreign netizens have objected, but it is a pity that a mother river in the territory of Xia is still gradually expanding. Some people are happy and some are worried. Since foreigners are worried, then Xiaoguo is naturally extremely happy. Ha ha ha. Son of luck. I didn't believe it before, but now I do. Gongsunli is the blessed general of my Xia kingdom, ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Don't look at us as we don't have any weapons, but we have luck, and it's part of our strength. Oh my god, this luck, there's really no one. Siun heard the announcement of the mysterious voice, and a smile couldn't help but appear on his face. Xiaoguo's audience was stunned for a moment. Look, I'll just say, young lady, it's reliable. But isn't it time to get out of here? If you don't leave, I'm afraid you won't be able to leave for a while, right? Seeing the blood of the two fierce beasts flowing all over the ground, the audience in Xia Kingdom began to panic again. In fact, there is no need for them to say that Siun also wants to leave, probably because of the transformation. He is very sensitive to the smell of blood. and hate the smell. But now, he can't go. After all, third-order fierce beasts are not common, and what he said yesterday, how can he get some meat to eat today? Isn't this white tiger in front of you the best ingredient? As soon as he thought of it, Sun walked to the corpses of the two fierce beasts and threw the hemp rope and sackcloth on his body to the ground. She. What does she want to do? I'll go. She didn't want to pick up this white tiger, did she? The audience in the live broadcast room widened their eyes at this time. Sun jumped up directly, and his vigorous posture shocked the audience in Xia Kingdom again. He doesn't have a knife, but, as a marksman, he has the talent to condense a blade of light in the palm of his hand at any time. This blade of light, but it is the root of his life. A pink light flashed, and a sharp blade had already appeared in the palm of his right hand, but this scene was not visible to the people in the live broadcast room at all. Then, Suns moved quickly, and the giant python that was originally wrapped around the white tiger was thrown directly to the ground by him and didn't care. This body. Sun quickly scratched on the white tiger's body, and scolded in his mouth. This strong smell of blood was a kind of torture for his current body. This is probably his biggest flaw right now, so he's doing the job as fast as he can. And he didn't know that his current actions were seen by Wang Long, the heir of ancient martial arts. This. Wang Long stood up violently, and Hu Bing couldn't sit still when he saw this. What's wrong, Master Wang, do you see anything? Hu Bing stared at Wang Long tightly. If Gongsunli was really a descendant of Gu Wu, then they would have to reassess Gongsunli's strength. No, I'm pretty sure, she's not a descendant of Gu Wu. Wang Long shook his head and continued. But looking at her style, it's definitely not simple. Wang Long was secretly shocked in his heart. He felt that Sun's footwork was even better than his own. It's just that if he wants to see the clues, this alone is not enough, he also needs more detailed observation. It's just that how did he know that after Sun made a move, he didn't need to judge him at all, as long as he was a person, he knew that he was not as good as Sun. God. Half an hour later, on the edge of the grass by the river, Sun squatted there and vomited. It's not that he can't bear it psychologically, but this body doesn't allow it, and Gongsunli's body is extremely repulsive to these blood stars. Beside him, the sackcloth had been wrapped, and inside was a piece of white tiger meat that he had just cut. On the hemp rope at the back, there is a tiger skin tied, which will replace the roll of linen in the future. This is what Sun gained in half an hour. What a pathetic. Damn, it's awesome, I can't even say that a boy can do this. I couldn't help but cry when I saw her uncomfortable. I was young, alas. Gongsunli, hurry up, it's dangerous here. Gongsunli's little face still had a few tears on it, and he looked pitiful. Made the audience in Xiaguo cry out for heartache. Damn, I've got to speed things up, and I'll suffer a lot if I go on like this. Sun thought in his heart, and then staggered to the river, wanting to wash his hands. Huh, there's a beast coming. Suddenly, Sun was stunned, and he felt a pair of eyes behind him. No, there doesn't seem to be hostility. Sun glanced back at the bushes behind him. The bushes swayed twice, and it was obvious that something was hidden inside. Just when Sun wanted to find out, there was a situation in the river. A huge black shadow was swimming towards the shore, and Sun's attention was now attracted by something in the bushes. No, look, there's a shadow in the water. Damn, what's that? Gongsunli, don't look behind you, look in front of you. Run, there's something coming out of the water. The live broadcast room saw that Sun didn't know anything about the situation in the river, and immediately blew up. I don't know what kind of creature is in the water, but it's clearly a giant beast. Run, young lady. Everyone's eyes widened, as if they had seen Sun swallowed by the black shadow in one gulp. It's a pity that Gongsunli can't see their barrage. National Games online game, transform into Gongsunli at the beginning. Author, show your secrets. Chapter 14. Ho. Whoa. Under the gaze of everyone in the live broadcast room, the black shadow under the water jumped out violently. The audience of Xiaguo only saw a bloody mouth. Don't. At this moment, everyone closed their eyes in unison, and they couldn't bear to see Sun being torn apart. Click. The sound of toothache sounded. It was the sound of the teeth of a giant beast clashing. The audience in the live broadcast room couldn't help but shudder, and even the host Sanin was stunned at this time. Our pioneer grandson leaves? At this time, the official live broadcast room was already out of order. Wang Long, Hu Bing, and Han Li stared at the screen with a look of disbelief in their eyes. The moment the black shadow burst out of the water just now, it leaked the tip of its iceberg. This is a prehistoric crocodile. Han Li's voice trembled slightly. He had studied nature for decades and had never seen such a huge crocodile. The mouth that leaked out just now is more than 3 meters long, and it is conceivable that the total length of this giant crocodile is at least 10 meters long. For a professor of natural studies like Han Li, second home is a treasure. Hearing the voice of the official live broadcast room, other viewers in Huaxia opened their eyes one after another. Immediately after, they saw the last thing they wanted to see. On the water, I just saw the mouth of the giant crocodile before it had time to completely retreat into the water, but there was no Sun on the shore. Only a flower umbrella was left dripping and spinning in place, looking a little desolate. Such a scene is very strange, because how can the umbrella levitate itself in the air? But at this time, no one thought about this problem. They only cared about Gongsunli's current state. I didn't see Gongsunli at first sight, so I thought that something happened to her. Gong. What about Gongsunli? Eaten by it? Seeing that Gongsun was already embarrassed from his original position, a feeling of displeasure rose in the hearts of the Xia people. Aha! It's a good day. Is Xiaguo going to be gone? Great. I'm ready to see the meteors. The Xia country is so big, it should be shocking this time, right? What if there is a land requisition order? Your vanguard will still be killed. This world is destined to depend on our beautiful country. Ha ha ha. Xiaguo is really not good, died in front of my stick country. Great, I'm going to prepare to enter the land of Xia country. In the live broadcast room, a large number of foreign viewers poured in, laughing at Xiaguo frantically. In their opinion, Xiaguo no longer existed at the moment. Although I didn't dare to look at the picture in the live broadcast room just now, but now, the result is obvious. The giant beast retreated, and the figure of the pioneer of Xiaguo disappeared. This is enough to explain everything. You just see. Do you see it clearly? Hu Bing turned his head to look at Wang Lung. Only a few of them had watched the whole process just now. Wang Lung was still stunned at the moment, and when he heard Hu Bing's words, he shook his head mechanically. I can't see clearly. Who is this Gongsunli? Gu. After speaking, he swallowed a mouthful of saliva. He had seen clearly just now that although the giant crocodile pounced quickly, it had not caught anything. Gongsunli, who was originally squatting by the river, seemed to have disappeared suddenly. Whew. At this moment, the flower umbrella disappeared without any warning under the noses of everyone in the live broadcast room. All that remained was the pink glow that hadn't had time to disperse. What's the situation? Where's the umbrella? Damn. Something went wrong in the live broadcast room. This scene can't help but feel a little unreal. Everyone didn't understand the scene in front of them. Gongsunli was gone, the giant crocodile also retreated, and now the small umbrella left by Gongsunli has also disappeared, leaving only the embarrassed riverbank to show that everything that happened just now is true. Suddenly, the camera turned, And then the audience saw two small ones in the bushes. I saw that in the bushes, there was a white fawn, and there was a pair of large exaggerated antlers on the head of the fawn, and the most attractive thing was that the color of the antlers was actually 7 colors, and even exuded a halo from time to time. And this fawn is looking at the figure in front of him with a puzzled face at the moment. Gongsunli was bending down and staring at the deer, with a smile on his face, and in her arms, he was holding the flower umbrella that had just disappeared. This scene looks warm and natural, and it is very healing. But now no one is in the mood to appreciate it, and the barrage in the live broadcast room has exploded. What do you mean? When did Gongsunli come to the bushes? It wasn't that umbrella on the shore just now, and why did it run into her hand again? Did you see that? What the hell was going on? What the hell am I doing? Why? Why didn't Gongsunli die? That giant beast just now pounced on the air. Oh my god, can anyone tell me what just happened? In the eyes of the audience, they only saw the giant beast coming out of the water, and then Gongsunli appeared in the bushes, and they didn't know the specific things at all. The barrage in the live broadcast room was all question marks for a while, but unfortunately no one could answer them. Yo! Suddenly, a delicate voice came, and the fawn actually stretched out its head towards Gongsunli. What do you want to do? The fawn's face touched Gongsunli's little face, and Sun suddenly felt an itch, and even his ears drooped. The fawn's eyes widened, and this time there was a trace of intimacy in addition to doubts. It was also the first time it had seen a human being, and it was originally scared, but it felt a closeness from Gongsunli's body. And this scene made the already puzzled audience even more confused. They have countless questions that go unanswered. National Games online game, transform into Gongsunli at the beginning. Author, show your secrets. Chapter 15. When did Gongsun run into the bushes? Why didn't this fawn attack her? What's the deal with that umbrella in your hand? Everyone couldn't figure it out, especially Wang Lung and Hu Bing. They didn't blink during the whole process, and they felt even more shocked in their hearts. What is this? I don't know, Gu Wu can't do it anyway. Wang Long's eyes flickered, and what Gu Wu said was a little more profound. It was a killing skill, but what Gongsunli showed just now, what is it called, magic, or ability? It seems that she has a lot of secrets in her. The look in Hu Bing's eyes became more and more solemn. According to official information, Gongsun was no more than 23 years old, but through the scene just now, it was obvious that she was not an ordinary person. The most important thing is that it is now a scientific country, but there is such a non-human hidden in it, which Hu Bing can't help but think about it. How many such people are there? Hu Bing's brows furrowed deeper and deeper, as if he had made some decision. The information of Gongsunli will be listed as the top secret of our country and will be cancelled from public disclosure. In addition, someone was sent to continue to investigate Gongsunli's background. Hu Bing picked up the phone and gave orders as he walked. This matter was no longer something he could do. Although it was just a flash in the pan, he was very sure that Gongsunli had a special ability, and with the observation of Gongsunli's performance in 2 days, he was even more sure of his inference. However, the only good news now is that Gongsunli is indeed on the side of Xiaoguo, which also makes Hu Bing very happy, but he still has to report to his superiors. After all, this kind of ability that cannot be explained by science is the first time he has encountered it. And Sun is now stroking the antlers of the white deer, with a calm face, like a fairy in the world. I'm skeptical now that there's really some internal martial arts or something. Impossible, I'm just practicing martial arts. No matter how high your martial arts are, you can't do what you did just now. I knew that the pioneer players would not be so simple, and those who looked down on Gongsunli at the beginning are now slapped in the face, right? Who is she? Could it be that she is one of those old monsters who have been cultivating for many years in the movie? I'll go, You say so, I'd rather believe it's the live broadcast room stuck. What the hell is going on? Because there was no official announcement, and they closed their eyes nervously just now, they are all discussing it now. Forget it, I think it's probably a matter of luck, what do you say? As soon as these words came out, the messy live broadcast room instantly quieted down. Indeed, no one can refute this reason. Because Siun's luck has been seen by people all over the world, it is not okay not to admire it. Thinking of this, no one is entangled anymore. Anyway, it's still a long time, keep watching. At this time, Siun had also completed a friendly exchange with Bailu. Bailu rubbed his head on Siun's thigh vigorously, causing Siun to burst into laughter. Damn, a horned stag is a stag. It's a colored deer. Looking at Bailu's expression of enjoyment, the audience in the live broadcast room couldn't help but spit on his face. I want to be that deer. It knows how to enjoy it too well, right? The audience in the live broadcast room was envious. Come with me, how? Siun couldn't help but touch the horns of the white deer twice, feeling that it would be good if there was such a little guy with him. Yo! As if he understood his words, Bailu raised his head and let out a soft groan, with a hint of trust in his eyes. Buzz! The white deer took 2 steps back and raised his head, and a colorful halo rose between the 2 antlers. What does that mean? Siun was stunned, a little puzzled. Yo! Bailu shouted at Siun twice. Is this for me to pass? Siun raised his eyebrows, and then slowly walked like a white deer, only to see that the halo on the top of the white deer's head began to change. The originally spherical halo slowly spread, slowly becoming the shape of a 6-pointed star, and a blue light contained in it. Looked mysterious and noble, and immediately attracted Siun's attention. What is this? Siun directly stretched out a finger to touch the 6-pointed star array. Poof! With a light sound, his fingers easily passed through the 6-pointed star array, and suddenly the 6-pointed star array dissipated, and the blue light swirled in the air, and it was instantly attached to Siun's fingers. Siun only felt a chill in his fingers, but his eyes were still full of doubts, he didn't know what it was for. At this moment, the mysterious voice rang out. Congratulations to Gongsunli, the pioneer player of the Xia Kingdom, who won the Divine Beast Yo-Yo Lumming Cub, became the first pioneer to have a partner. Congratulations to Gongsunli, the pioneer player of the Xia Kingdom, who won the Divine Beast Yo-Yo Lumming Cub, became the first pioneer to have a partner. Congratulations to Gongsunli, the pioneer player of the Xia Kingdom, who won the Divine Beast Yo-Yo Lumming Cub, became the first pioneer to have a partner. The world announcement 3 times in a row directly stunned Siun, and Siun was puzzled. Huh? Siun tilted his head to look at Bailu, and Bailu also tilted his head to look at Siun, the 2 of them, oh no, 1 person and 1 beast were stunned in place. Divine beasts, partners, not kidding, right? Siun remembered the mounts and pets in the online game in his previous life, presumably this is similar to that. Then, a light curtain appeared in front of Siun, which was an introduction to Bailu. Divine beast, Yo-Yo Luming, representing holiness, is above all fierce beasts, and as you grow, you will open up your natural skills. Specialty, the fastest group, extremely agile and extremely rare, making it the best choice for mounts. Unlike most fierce beasts, Yo-Yo Lumming hates blood, hates all negative energy things, likes peace, loves peace, and is a herbivore. Extremely difficult to tame, since ancient times, even the impure have not been able to control it, and they have a strong temperament, and forcibly catching them may lead to suicide. Densely packed and a large area is all about the introduction of Bailu. Don't say that Siun is stunned, the audience in the live broadcast room, who is not confused. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. National Games online game, transform into Gongsunli at the beginning. Author, show your secrets. Chapter 16. Divine Beast. Above all the beasts, and with natural skills. The fastest beast represents holiness. What kind of fairy treasure is this? At this time, even those who don't play games in the live broadcast room know the metamorphosis of this Bailu, and the speed is the fastest, and this one is enough to save his life. What the hell, why are all the divine beasts coming out, and their Xia kingdom is definitely cheating? It's not fair. Why do the beasts we encounter only attack, and the ones you meet can end up with? At this time, the fool knew what the six-pointed star array was for just now. Looking at the harmonious man and beast, foreigners began to be jealous and began to blush. Impossible, what about the giant crocodile just now, didn't you want to eat her? Don't be stupid, that kind of big beast hunting is hidden immediately if you miss a hit. Xiaoguo's audience reacted at this time and began to fight back. Why don't you say that you have thermal weapons? I see, even if you meet a divine beast, I guess you will be greeted by a bullet, right? Silly dog, there is still a face to say that we cheat. Do you know what luck is? The luck of our Xia kingdom for thousands of years is on our vanguard, do you understand? The audience in Xiaoguo was stunned by what those foreigners said. Thousands of years of luck, don't we have it in our beautiful country? Yaga. They're all bastards, what kind of luck? I think it's an excuse. Sakura country, who had been learning Xia culture, heard the Xia people say this, and suddenly couldn't help it. It's a pity that since ancient times, the cherry blossom country has not been able to compare to the Xia country, and it is still the case. After the audience in Xiaoguo vented, they finally felt happy, just when other countries were barking. Watched the live broadcast again intently. At this time, Sun had already finished understanding Bailu, and as the owner of Bailu, he knew much more than others. For example, this white deer can transform into a human when it is fully grown, and now this white deer is only a toddler and cannot be ridden at all. But this didn't affect Sun's mood at all. No matter what, this was a divine beast. The first in the world. It's really picky, I'm the first person to get the divine beast, don't I have some extra rewards? Sun's small hand was turned back, looking up at the sky, he knew that the will of this world could hear him. It's a pity that my eyes are sour, and there is no movement around. Harm. Sun sighed and lowered his head in disappointment. The audience in the live broadcast room was immediately amused by Sun. This girl. With this divine beast, she is already ahead of everyone, and when she grows up, it will be even worse, she is still unhappy here. Fortunately, I watched the whole thing, or I thought she had suffered. Ha ha ha, laughing to death, so cute. It's so unpleasant to take advantage of it, ha ha ha, this wave of greed. Watching Bailu tilt his head and rub Sun's thigh affectionately, the audience in the live broadcast room burst out laughing. Yo yo. Bailu looked at Sun and groaned softly, as if he was saying something again. I know, we'll go, we won't put you in danger. Sun replied, and then walked to the corpses of the white tiger and the giant python with the white deer. The strong smell of blood still hadn't dissipated, and Sun and Bailu were reluctant to move forward a few meters away. It's a shame that these things can't be embodied. Sun's face had a hint of regret, alas, I can't let everyone eat meat with me. Sun's tone suddenly became a little sluggish, and his expression was a little narrow. When the audience in the live broadcast room saw this scene, they couldn't sit still in an instant. Good fellow, she knows we're watching her, how dare she say that? Damn, don't let me catch you. Ass smashed. What do you want to do? Threaten my wife. Shameless upstairs. Shameless +1. The live broadcast room was arguing, but Gongsunli had already put the meat wrapped in hemp rope and linen on Bailu's back. Obviously, the role of the divine beast Yo-Yu Lumming at this moment is a coolie. But Sun was at ease with his heart. It was it that he had made some kind of contract, and no one forced it. I don't know if Bailu would kick Sun if he knew what was going on in Sun's heart. Where do I go? Sun looked left and right, and it was obvious that he was going to follow the direction of the river next, but it was necessary to judge whether to go upstream or downstream. In the live broadcast room, Han Li also began to explain at this time. It's dangerous to walk along the river, but now it's the best thing to do, and then, as long as she goes downstream, it'll be for it. Han Li didn't finish a word before he stopped, because he found that this guy was heading towards him. I'll do it. As soon as the professor finished speaking, she gave it upstream. Gongsunli, Gongsunli, when will we rest assured? The audience was a little relieved, but at this moment, they brought it up again, for no other reason. Everyone knew that they would definitely be able to get out of the forest, but Gongsunli did the opposite. This is incomprehensible to all. In second home, Gongsunli and Bailu walked forward side by side, not knowing what the audience was thinking in the live broadcast room. Humph. It's just that no one noticed, and Gongsun inadvertently turned his head to look at the river. At the same time, the giant crocodile, who had been hiding under the water, unconsciously felt a sense of danger in his heart, and only prayed that the woman on the shore would leave quickly. Bailu, I'll call you Yo-Yo in the future, how about it? Yo-Yo. Soon, Gongsunli could not be seen in the forest, and only her voice could be faintly heard. It wasn't until 2 hours later that the river was tumbling again, and a giant crocodile slowly surfaced and climbed ashore. It finally leaked out of its full face, and its length was nearly 20 meters, including the tail. Woo! Swallowing the corpses of the white tiger and the giant python on the shore into his mouth, the giant crocodile turned his head to look in the direction where Gongsunli left, and his originally fierce eyes revealed a bit of fear. Then it fell back into the water, and only in the water did it feel safe. Then the whole Sigma returned to calm. It's a pity that no one saw all this. National Games online game, transform into Gongsunli at the beginning. Author, show your secrets. Chapter 17. Baga, then how can the vanguard of the Xia kingdom contract a divine beast? God, beast cub, if only I could get a bang. In the old forest of Moriyama, not only Gongsunli, at this moment, the beautiful country, the stick country, the cherry blossom country and several other national pioneers who had a bad relationship with the Xia country. They all felt aggrieved in their hearts. They didn't know about Gongsunli's situation, but they heard all the world announcements just now. Although 2 hours have passed, I still can't let go, and my mouth is still scolding. Originally, the Xia kingdom had water resources, but I didn't expect their pioneers to have such an adventure. The vanguard soldier of the beautiful country threw the machete in his hand on the ground, and then sat down against a big tree. His face was full of solemnity, and the wound on his arm from the forest lizard was still there, and it had been 2 days before he had seen that beast. But he was already in poor shape. Perhaps, I should go and find some beasts while I still have the ability. Without the replenishment of meat, his physical exertion is very high, and the only thing that can make him feel safe now is the hot weapon in his hand. Bang! Suddenly, there was a sound in the bushes next to the GI, and the GI reflexively raised the gun in his hand. No. This movement is not a beast. Pretty Nation listened carefully, and with his experience, he could easily tell that it was the sound of someone holding a knife to open the way. Sure enough, in just a moment, a cold light appeared in his sight. A figure with a long sword in the cherry blossom country came out of the bushes. Sakura people. After the soldier saw the person who came, he also relaxed a little in his heart. After all, in the real world, the cherry blossom country is the only beautiful country. However, he did not put down the gun in his hand. After all, this is second home, he is alone. If he dies, then his country will really be finished. And Yanagi Shitasheng, the pioneer of the Sakura country who had just come out, was also blinded at this moment. He couldn't figure out that he had finally found a vacant land, and he was pointed at his head. At this time, the live broadcast rooms of these two countries also exploded. No, as long as that beautiful soldier pulls the trigger. Bastard, hurry up and beg for mercy. What about our officials? Hurry up and contact the beautiful country. Don't be merciful. The live broadcast room of the Sakura country has become a mess at the moment, including the officials of the Sakura country. Whether their country can survive depends on how these two people operate. Beautiful soldier. Yanagishita reacted after the initial blinding. Then he put the long knife in his hand into the scabbard very simply, and then bowed deeply. Dear allies vanguard, I have no ill will. Yanagi endured the fear in his heart, hoping that the soldier would put down the gun in his hand. After all, if you just don't have it, it's really a loss. And the GI also entered the battle between heaven and man at this moment. If we can team up with him, then we must have a better chance of survival, but the reputation of Sakura country. The GI thought about it for a while, and finally put down his gun. Although he was very skeptical of the quality of the Sakura people, in the current situation, it was clear that having a partner was the best. Moreover, he even had a plan in his mind. Ha ha ha. Come. Sit here. Our two countries have friendly relations. When the soldier made a decision, he didn't hesitate, and when Lu Xiaozhong saw this, he was also a little relieved. It's better to. How about we partner to win the Xia Kingdom vanguard? I have to say that the soldier of the beautiful country is indeed an urgent son, and the two have only known each other for a short time, so they directly discuss the trouble of partnering to find Gongsunli. And seeing this scene, the happiest people are the audience in the beautiful country and the cherry blossom country. Great, that's God helping us. Although Sakura country doesn't have guns, I've heard that their sword skills are great, and they have been passed down for many years, so I guess they can help us. Ha ha ha. Who says it's not? I think this time the pioneer of the Xia Kingdom should do. That's right, that's it, go ahead. The beautiful country was excited for a while, and the official of the cherry blossom country also made a direct phone call to the beautiful country at this moment. Soon, the audience of Xia also learned the news of the alliance between the two countries in second home. Really shameless, a country and a pioneer, can you still form an alliance in it? Anyway, Gongsun is out of danger, they have guns. Damn, it's been so many years, and they've been so shameless. Don't worry too much, don't worry, our country also has allies, but they haven't met it yet. Good fortune is always on our side. Actually, I think I can pack my things and go to the beautiful country for a while. Get out. You trash. Grass, how can my Xia Kingdom have such a shameless thing as you? In Xiaguo's live broadcast room, there was a quarrel. And Hu Bing and several military experts sitting behind him were also frowning at the moment. Obviously, such a thing was something they did not expect. How big is this forest? More than 100 people, and this is only the third day to meet people. Hu Bing said in a solemn tone. He had long guessed that there would be an alliance between countries, but he didn't expect it to be so soon. However, the only good news at the moment is that after the meeting and study of several of them, the current location of the soldiers of the beautiful country should be not a small distance from Sun, at least in the last 2 days. But this is enough to worry, even if you don't meet the soldiers of the beautiful country, and meet other people with guns, I'm afraid it won't be much better. National Games online game, transform into Gongsunli at the beginning. Author, show your secrets. Chapter 18. After the alliance between the pioneers of the two countries was formed, a large number of foreign viewers immediately poured into the Xiaoguo's live broadcast room to show off. Even said a lot of cruel words, but they were directly scolded by the audience. It's just that Sun doesn't know anything about this. At the moment, he was still walking upstream along the river. Yo-yo, are you tired? Do you want to rest? I've been carrying so many things on my back, I'm afraid you won't grow up. Sun touched Yu-Yu's head, and the people in the live broadcast room watched the scene speechlessly. The divine beast Yo-Yo looming, at this moment, has completely turned into a coolie, and the key is that this stupid divine beast seems to be enjoying it. I really don't know if I'm here to survive in the wilderness or if I'm on vacation. After seeing Gongsunli casually stuffing a wild fruit into his mouth again, the audience of Xiaoguo couldn't help but speak. Ha ha ha, I also feel this way. Why do you feel that our pioneers are not in the same world as the pioneers of other countries? This girl hasn't stopped, we don't have to worry about her starving to death. That wild fruit tastes so delicious. Ha ha ha. No way, who made us the chosen ones? If you let you vote for the most boring live broadcast room now, I'm afraid that Xiaoguo's live broadcast room will bear the brunt. Because Sun looked like he was going out on a weekend outing, and the surroundings were quiet. On the other hand, the pioneers of other countries really have to take 3 steps to take 1 step, for fear that they will encounter some traps. It's just that no one notices that a flush will appear on Sun's face from time to time, but it will soon be suppressed by him. Clearly, something was wrong with his body. Wow! Suddenly, Yo-Yo stopped and turned her head to look in the other direction of the forest. What's wrong? Click. Sun followed Yo-Yo's gaze, and at the same time did not forget to take a bite of the fruit in his hand. Well, what a place! Immediately, Sun's exclamation sounded. I saw that on the other side of the forest, there was an open field, and there was not a single tree within a radius of more than 10 meters. Moreover, there were a lot of weeds and some wild fruits, and in the middle of these wild fruits and weeds was a huge stump. Depending on the situation, it has been quite a while for this stump to fall. There's a place to spend the night tonight, let's go over and have a look. Sun greeted and walked directly inside with Yo-Yo. Wow! It's really big. When he got closer, Sun really saw that the diameter of the stump was at least 4 meters, and it was conceivable that this big tree had grown for at least 1,000 years during his lifetime. Sun's eyes lit up, and he decided to rest here tonight. Yo-Yo, you wait for me below, I'll go see if I can sleep up there. Sun stared at the platform at the top of the stump. If it was smooth, then he would be able to continue to sleep well tonight. Thinking of this, Sun exerted force under his feet, stepped on the stump 3 times in a row, and instantly reached the top of the stump. This hand directly amazed the live broadcast room. Gongsunli's latest information: he practiced martial arts at the age of 8, and switched to parkour at the age of 8.5. Ha 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 ha. Brother, I think so too. I guess she really can't do martial arts, parkour is a master. Damn, when you say that, I think it's like that. That's not bad, I'll be able to survive by parkour then, ha ha ha. But what's the use of parkour? Can it be as agile as a beast, or can it be faster than a bullet? Damn, you don't open your mouth and no one treats you as dumb. Why? Am I not right? Look at her current state, she gasps for breath when she goes up to the stump, you see. Damn, what's the situation? Wasn't it okay just now? What's wrong with Gongsunli? I saw Sun at this moment, kneeling on one knee on the stump and panting, and beads of sweat could already be seen on his forehead. Something is clearly wrong. Sun could no longer suppress his physical abnormality. I said, it's still a few hours before it's dark, she's going to find a place to sleep now, it's because she's not feeling well. Did the girls come in the days when they were uncomfortable? No, hey, this seems to be a bit serious. The audience in the live broadcast room is staring at the big screen tightly at the moment. In the wild, any discomfort in their body is fatal, not to mention that there are fierce beasts watching from the side. Sun felt that the heat in his body was rising rapidly, and he couldn't help but snort. No, what's going on in this situation? Sun's brows were furrowed, and his little face was already full of pain at this moment. I don't think I've done anything. No, eat wild fruits. Is it poisoning? Sun's mind was constantly running. No way, I'm feeling bad now, but it's not like a sign of poisoning. AHH. Squeak. Sun felt that the heat in his body was getting higher and higher, his fingers were clasped on the stump, and even his nails were about to rot. I remember. Suddenly, Sun shouted. It's that green wild fruit. Sun finally remembered that among the wild fruits he had eaten today, there was a cyan wild fruit that was not the same shape as the other wild fruits. And that wild fruit, you don't know where you got it from. At that time, he was still very confused, but after taking a bite, he felt that it was very sweet, so he ate it all. And the abnormality of his body started from eating that wild fruit. Yo-yo. Sun bared his teeth and screamed, and then the whole person directly lost consciousness and fell on top of the stump. Wow! At the moment when he fell, a white shadow fell from the sky, and it turned out to be Yo-yo rushing up, and at this moment, the luggage it was carrying was still underground. After all, it's a child, and it can't come up at all because it carries so many things. Yo-yo! Yo-yo screamed twice, then lowered her head and rubbed Sun's little face, and then lay down next to Sun. After watching this scene, the audience in the live broadcast room was instantly dumbfounded. Dead, or dizzy? No. Probably not. What the hell is going on here? Wasn't it okay just now? Why did something go wrong? The host Sanan saw that the live broadcast room had a tendency to be chaotic, and quickly stood up. Friends from the audience, let's not panic, since there is no world announcement, it means that Gongsun is fine. But what do we do now? Just wait. Xiaoquaran looked at the figure lying on the stump and fell into a panic. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. National Games online game, transform into Gongsunli at the beginning. Author, show your secrets. Chapter 19. Wow, what's going on? Did you kill yourself? Ha ha ha. It's a pity, we haven't made a move yet, so you can't do it. It's a pity, such a beautiful girl. Ha ha ha, it seems that Xiaoguo is about to finish, your land requisition order is for us to be beautiful. Gongsunli's situation was soon discovered by audiences in other countries, and it was immediately a burst of cynicism. Although the world announcement has not been issued, people around the world are now paying attention to the situation of Gongsunli. There is no other reason, it is because she has a land requisition order and a divine beast contract on her alone. If she really has an accident, then whoever finds these things will be whomever finds them. As the minutes ticked by, the sky grew darker. Yo-yo has been by Sun's side, and there are already stars twinkling in the sky. With a groan, Sun, who had fainted for several hours, suddenly moved. Wake up, seemed to be awake. I knew it was going to be okay. The masses of Sia rekindled their hopes. Sun opened his eyes slightly, and just when he and Yo-yo looked at him, Sun suddenly woke up. What's wrong with me? Sun hurriedly got up, and only breathed a sigh of relief when he saw that he was on the stump. Good fellow, what's that fruit you gave me to eat? Sun was about to pull Yo-yo's ear, but he was dodged by it. Sun suddenly felt wrong, my body. Then, Sun sat down directly on the spot, closed his eyes and carefully felt the changes in his body. My compatibility with Gongsunli is higher. I feel lighter, the fruit. Sun opened his eyes in shock, and then, he saw a light curtain appear in front of him, but this light curtain was only visible to him. Qingling fruit. Increasing agility. Sun suddenly had a feeling of playing a game, and this feeling of upgrading made her heart extremely comfortable. I'll go. After Sun understood his changes, he jumped up directly, and now he felt that his strength had improved again. My current strength is equivalent to adding an agile gun, and the attack speed is faster. Sun looked at his palm incredulously. He was very satisfied with the current state of his body. Oh my god, my luck is really invincible. After speaking, Sun looked at Yu, who would dare to think that he could accept a divine beast, and this divine beast could bring such a powerful assist. Seeing the calm expression on Yoyo's face, Sun couldn't wait to pick it up and turn around twice. It's a pity that the joys and sorrows of the two don't seem to be connected, and Sun felt a little unhappy for a while. In the live broadcast room, although the audience of Xiaoguo didn't know what happened to Sun, they watched Sun state. Knew that it must be a good thing, and they all put their hearts at ease. It's just that we can't contact Gongsunli, we're really passive. Hu Bing frowned and said, whether it was a good thing or a bad thing, he wanted to get in touch with himself in order to feel at ease with his family. Let's eat. After the excitement, Sun suddenly felt a wave of hunger attacking. Just kidding, there were so many calories in his body before, and the energy of eating wild fruits for a day was not enough. Sun felt that he was hungry now, and his chest was pressed against his back. Let's go down. Sun directly picked up the flower umbrella and jumped down from a stump several meters high, and the flower umbrella opened in the air, like a parachute. Bang! Smack! One man and one beast landed at the same time, and Sun directly found the package that was still on the ground by Yu. Today, I'm going to eat meat. Sun licked his lips, and a trace of eagerness leaked from his eyes. He himself likes to eat meat, but Gongsunli's body does not allow him to eat too much. Yo, on the other hand, is an absolute vegetarian and doesn't even want to get closer to that piece of white tiger meat. But I was still very sensible to bring in a lot of wood. Crackling. Under Sun's operation, the forest soon lit up with fire. Sun sat on the ground, constantly flipping a piece of meat in front of him, looking at the expression of interest, as if he was not worried that the fire would attract the fierce beast. Suck. Sun couldn't help but swallow his saliva. I have to say that the meat of this third-order white tiger is fragrant. The freshly roasted oil was bubbling out, and the fragrance was already wafting out, and at the same time, because there was no seasoning, Sun didn't forget to stuff a few wild fruits in the meat to increase the taste. Whew! In the middle of the night, Sun took the meat off the wooden frame and prepared to eat. This is so fragrant, Yo, can you take a bite too? Sun handed the meat to Yu, and Yu glanced at her and quickly ran away. Ha. Sun immediately burst out laughing. Watching Sun feast here, the audience in the live broadcast room complained. I'm hungry. This is really, the meat of a big tiger. Damn, I can't stand it anymore. I'm going out to show off, to see that the pioneers of other countries are eating tree bark. I'm going to show off. Okay, I'll go too. This can't just be the envy of our Xia people. Soon, people from all over the world poured into the Xiaoguo live broadcast room, and this night, the sound of swallowing saliva sounded in many places around the world. It's just, if you light a fire in the forest like this, aren't you really afraid of being noticed by the beast? I don't know, the beast should be afraid of fire, right? What are you afraid of fire? Yesterday, the pioneer of the elephant country lit a fire at night and attracted a fierce beast, and finally he was lucky enough to escape. The people in the live broadcast room talked a lot, and they all felt worried about Sun, but when they saw Sun gnawing on meat without heart or lungs, they couldn't wait to hurry up and come to a fierce beast to teach her a lesson. This girl, she's too bold. You say she doesn't know how to survive in the wild, she knows how to drink dew, you say she understands. Watching Sun stuff the last bite of meat into his mouth, the audience couldn't help but follow a swallowing action, almost starving. After Sun finished eating, he directly extinguished the fire with one kick, and the surroundings instantly fell into darkness. In the live broadcast room, only a black shadow can be seen under the starry sky. I have to say, Gongsunli's figure is really not picky. I can't do it, I don't dare to eat meat. Phew, you see she's eating well, but she doesn't have much at all, right? After all, it's a girl, how much do you want her to eat? Under the starry sky, Sun didn't know the situation in the live broadcast room at all, and in his eyes, there were only a few fireflies in the distance. Looks like it's a good night's sleep again. Sun sensed it carefully, and there was not a single sound of fierce beasts around. No matter, sleep. With that, Sun took out the tiger skin, and jumped directly onto the stump. Yo, come and sleep. Sun spread the tiger skin on the ground, then wrapped himself in it, and then Yo-Yo lay in front of her and used it as a pillow for her. Well, that's life. Sun took one last look at the stars in the sky and closed his eyes with satisfaction. I envy my real name, I think her conditions are better than my family. I feel the same way, and I feel like I don't smell good in bed in an instant. This tiger skin, this white deer. The pioneer of Xia is even better than the pioneer of our country. National Games online game, transform into Gongsunli at the beginning. Author, show your secrets. Chapter 20. In the middle of the night, second home is silent, and the pioneers of each country are resting. This is the only way to ensure that you have enough energy for the next day, including at night, which is also extremely dangerous. But Huaxia's live broadcast room is the most lively at the moment, because only Sun is here, and you can see the beautiful scenery. Look at the stars in the sky, second home is really beautiful. I don't know when we'll get a chance to enter our second home. This little girl really picks places. The scenery here can only be seen in the North Pole in the blue star, right? Above the sky, the stars are dotted, it looks very vibrant, and from time to time there are shooting stars across the night sky. Under the dark night, the two figures were sleeping soundly by snuggling up to each other, it was Sun and Yo-Yo. The sound of the breeze blowing the leaves could not affect Sun's sleep at all. Whoa! Another breeze blew, and the surrounding leaves shook again, and the breeze was soft, only this time, it seemed to have a hint of solemnity. Huh! Sun, who was originally asleep, opened his eyes in a daze. Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo also stood up and looked in a certain direction in the forest. The pitch-black forest is like the mouth of a giant beast at the moment, and it makes people scary just by looking at it. Nasty smell of blood. Sun sat up and rubbed his nose dissatisfiedly, but his heart was quietly wound. Sun's voice came into the live broadcast room word for word, and the audience who was enjoying the scenery in the live broadcast room was instantly attracted. What did Gongsunli just say? The smell of blood. Can you smell this? Yes, right? After all, this isn't the first time she's met. Doesn't that mean the forest is in danger? I'll go, it's night, but don't be impulsive, wait until dawn. Pray, start praying again, good luck. I see, she just slept too much in the evening and was not sleepy, and I didn't believe she could really smell blood. What do you know? People have at least seen blood, but what about you? Hey, I'm screaming, you'll know when she goes to die, wait to die with her, Laozi emigrated first. It's just that a little girl's family, she doesn't even have a knife in her hand, and you still expect her to survive to the end. Even if she is lucky enough not to meet a fierce beast, then the pioneers of other countries will be enough for her to drink a pot. Seeing Sun sitting up, there was no sleepiness in his eyes, and the audience in Xiaoguo instantly became worried. And was divided into several groups of people. Obviously many people were not optimistic about her. For a while, Sun himself was not in chaos, and the live broadcast room was in chaos first. In the official live broadcast room, Hu Bing also came to the spirit. At this time he didn't have time to care about what immigrants said in the live broadcast room, but was analyzing Sun's words. The smell of blood, she can smell the smell of blood so far away from the forest. I'm afraid, this time the beast is not simple. Hu Bing frowned and analyzed for a while, and at this moment, Sun was also thinking. Yo, let's be wronged, now at night, we can't just walk around. After thinking about it for a while, Sun decided to stay on this stump until dawn. After all, he can see the surroundings at a glance here, but if there is anything in the forest, then he really can't see it. Let a sleeping dog lie. Moreover, the smell is extremely pungent this time, so presumably there is a big battle going on over there, right? Sun's eyes looked in a certain direction of the forest, and he had probably guessed something in his heart. Alright, let's rest for a while, and when it's dawn, we'll take a look at the past. Sun thought very simply, with the battle between the giant python and the white tiger, she wanted to see if she could pick up the cheap again this time. It's just that there is a trace of incomprehension in You's eyes, because according to You's thoughts, this kind of blood smell should go as far as you want. Don't worry, I won't put you in danger. With me here, are you afraid that I won't be able to protect you? Sun patted You's back quite proudly, and there was a trace of excitement in his eyes. Originally, after his strength improved last night, he didn't know how strong he was now, but this time, it seemed that he was sending a whetstone. And seeing Sun's decision, Xiaoquaran also put his mind at ease for the time being. No matter what happened, it must be very unwise to go down at this time. This seemed to be the first time that Sun had the same idea as them. Someone. Seeing Sun make a decision, Hu Bing also had time for the time being. Check it for me, those people who just said in the live broadcast room that they have emigrated, check it for me. Anyone who is within the territory of my Xia kingdom will be expelled. Hu Bing's majestic voice reached everyone's ears through the live broadcast room, and it was obvious that he was angry. Originally, everyone was worried that the pioneer of their country was a little girl, but now there are still people who are disturbing the people's hearts, so how can it be done? Even if he himself sometimes feels unconfident, this kind of thing is absolutely not allowed to be said. You have to think about it, it's easy to immigrate, but it's hard to come back. Hu Bing said that, then sat down and said nothing. In the live broadcast room, it was also quiet. When have you ever seen a national boss angry? This is the first time. I have to say, this deterrent is strong enough.